Okay, so welcome to White English. Okay, and congratulations for passing through the recruitment process. So you know the CV round, telephone interview, the demo, and the final interview. Right, so what we are going to do today, first of all, to introduce to you about the school, and then we're going to do a little bit of the policy and compensation and responsibilities for this position, in the teaching position, and then we're going to do a little bit of a contract, and then we will let you know about the upcoming classes. Okay. And then. Alright, so this is for you. You feel free to make any notes if you wish. Do you have a pen or a paper, please? Just because we cannot remember everything, so better to make some notes.
No, I'm a student, not a teacher.
So what we're going to do today is first of all, so when you join a team, so it's better to know about something about the team, right? About the school. You may question why English exists. Okay, so a lot of schools now there. IELTS fighter, English for fun, English for you, a lot of schools. So why English exists? So making money, making profit, or anything like that, or something else. So basically, we operate following the principle of the three circles, just like this. Okay. In the middle we have why. And then how, and then what. Okay, so we start with why. Different from others, we come in other school. They come from outside in, and maybe they get to how, but we come from inside out. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So we go to the core value of why English exists. Making money on that. Okay, so the mission is, we have a mission, so our Y team has a mission, which is to help young people change their English study methods, because the way that Vietnamese students now study English now is not a natural approach. A lot of grammar rules, and do not speak or do not listen properly, and they don't listen to the real material. Just hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you may agree with me, like we maybe daily conversation we don't usually how are you, and I'm fine, thank you, and you like robots, right? So we make something like hey, wait, what are you doing? What is it going, right? How are you doing, right? And what's up, man? Something like that. So the Vietnamese students been learning in school maybe for 12 years, but they cannot speak fluently, as I was in the same situation before. So when I approached to NLP, which is the neuro-linguistic programming, I changed my method. That's the reason why it brought me a scholarship to study in Manchester. And also I didn't study very hard, but I got a good result. So because the NLP helped me a lot. To save time, 80% of the time, when you can achieve good results. Our mission is to help young people change their English study methods based on NLP and also the linguistic science, to conquer the language in a faster and more effective way. The slogan is study smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
From the why and how, but how can we change the Vietnamese people methods? How can we do it? So we have two different methods, which are the 6-step vocabulary study method and auto-technicianing.
those methods are created based on the principle of the NLP and the linguistics. I'm going to explain to you. Then we have two methods, but what do we offer? Just like products, we offer some courses like communication English, IELTS, fast track IELTS for students who want to study IELTS very urgently, and one-to-one tutoring, mainly for IELTS with some communication English and business English. And also we are an official partner of British Council and IDP, the two co-owners of the IELTS. So, and we have we expanding to the Huanyu branch. Also, we have a signed agreement with British Council to become a test venue in the future. Right. So that means we mainly offers like services to our students, study advice, and then also register to CI advice, and also test IELTS advice. Okay. So that is why we come from outside, inside out. Why do we have to do that? Because the different companies just go from what products we have. Like, okay, so we have this phone. This is easy to use, user friendly, and it had like 12 gigabyte, and a screen is so good. You want to buy one? No, not really, right? Yeah. But if we the way that Apple did the Steve Jobs did, the marketing was so different. That is the reason why they make a breakthrough. So this is the way that Apple actually communicates. We want to change the status quo. We have the products easy to use and user friendly, and we happen to make an iPhone and iPad. Do you want to buy one?
I prefer Samsung, to be honest.
Yeah, but the way,
yeah.
the way that they communicate is, we go directly into the heart of the customers. Okay. So why? Because this one, like structure like the human brain. Human brain has 3 layers, and inside we have a limbic brain. Limbic brain is responsible for feeling. Sometimes we just feel to do it. We don't know why. I just feel good to be with him. I just feel good to buy that product. I don't know why. I can't explain, right? The feeling, and the human beings is irrational, right? We can go directly to feeling the inside of the human being. So this will be very good, and it's which will be done making profit and making money. Okay, right. That's the reason why we have some special and different approaches, and also we have put the quality at our top priority. The reason why is people will word of mouth. People will tell a lot of others, and in other markets you may agree with me that not so many schools that can control the quality of teaching. They just get a book, the teacher to do whatever they want. If the teacher does well, that's good. If the teacher does well, not really good. And the student will leave the classes, and finally you find another center, and then the same happen. You find another center, so they waste a lot of time and money, and we don't want that. So when they come here, they have good experience. That's the reason why we are designing the curriculums very, very in detail. We provide teachers with training and help, etc., so that the quality of teaching will be kept. That's the reason why also British Council and IDP approach us to design an official partnership. Okay, that is something about that for you to understand. And our recruitment slogan is in the people who believe what we believe, yet believe what we believe. And then you may question. So okay, so so what do you think about this one? Do you have any comments?
Yeah, so I said I started out volunteering in Haiphong for 5 months. When I was volunteering, I was at a centre with someone very similar to you. He was like a young Vietnamese guy. He spoke perfect English, and he was he didn't believe in like the Vietnamese schools being able to teach English effectively. And so he started an NGO trying to teach English, but he did the same thing as you. He tried to find what is the most effective way of teaching English quickly. So he would just get people to have conversations with foreigners about real life, like real conversation, rather than I'm fine, thank you, and you, or learning some vocabulary about like sport one day, and then I don't know, books the next day, school subjects the next day. Just learning through speaking.
Yeah, exactly.
And people learn very quickly. Like Vietnamese people learned English very, very quickly when they had a foreigner who they wanted to speak to and were just trying to find the language. And to be honest, my problem with teaching in Vietnam is, like you said, a lot of centres just say, here is the textbook, teach 2 pages of the textbook. But they don't seem to really care if the students are actually learning the English they want to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And with IELTS too, where some students are like, I want to study in Canada. This is why I'm studying. This is my goal. And they say, okay, here's 2 pages of a textbook on school subjects. But they need to, learn how to speak. They need to learn how to read, write, listen, everything. And so that's why I was happy to meet you at Wise, because I think we share a similar philosophy. That I'm motivated because I want my students to actually learn English and use English and talk to me more and more every week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So that is the mission, the why, and then you may question like, how far it will go in the future. So our vision is to be English center system with branches across Vietnam within 5 years. For English, we finish setting up our system to have branches in Da Nang at least 3 centers. For Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, Nha Trang, starting raising capital utilization to expand and franchise. We have 4 years left, and then we are expanding to the second center now in Hon Nhiêu. Okay, so have you got any opinion about franchise?
To be honest, I'm more of a public sector worker.
Yeah.
I just like to teach. I don't worry about the business. If the business is good, I don't worry because I will be paid every month, no problem. As long as I'm paid, I don't think about the business.
So So let me explain in a very easy way. Franchise. Have you been in McDonald's? Yes, McDonald's. And,
I understand franchising. Yeah.
McDonald's and KFC and etc. Right.
So you will have someone else run the center, and you will sell them the logo and the philosophy, but you will still be the main boss.
Yeah, and so everything and branding, etc. Everything. Also to make them to be exactly the same as the original one. So for example, like McDonald's in Vietnam, it should be exactly the same as the one in the USA.
Yeah.
The way they make hamburgers and the way they make Big Mac, the same thing, right? But how? Let me ask you the question. So how can they be the same thing to very far away countries, right? And Ray Kroc, who is the founder of McDonald's, he not here to set up a system. He not here to so how can they make the same thing? 2 different chefs, right?
But they have a franchise, so they have the central McDonald's will tell the others these are the rules that you must follow if you want to use the McDonald's branding.
Yeah, the rules. Provide training, right?
Yeah.
Training and logos.
The burger must be made like this, and you have
the formula, etc. But what if the chef here in Vietnam they don't do exactly the same?
Well, then they can't use the McDonald's branding.
Yeah. So what if the chef here they put a little bit more salt on it or more sugar on it, And then the McDonald's in the USA will say, okay, you don't do what I expect you to do, so we stop franchising, and then you lose a lot of money because they have put a lot of money into, you know, property, you know, but we cannot do that, right? If you just put a little bit salt on it, and then we stop partnership, no, it doesn't work like that, right?
Yeah.
Because it will create, you know, a loss for the franchise, right? So how can they do that? How can they avoid that?
What do you mean? Sorry.
How can they avoid the situation where the people in the franchise don't do exactly the same as the original one?
Well, they have to give them the rules.
The
In
rule.
the first place for them to follow.
But what if they don't follow?
If they don't follow, they can't use the franchise then, right? Like.
And then, but they have put a lot of money. They have paid you a lot of money.
But
A friend.
But someone else could run be the manager of the McDonald's because all of the formula is already there. You don't need someone creative to come up with a new idea. You just need someone who can manage the system already.
But the problem is, if there is a mistake, but the mistake can lead to the damage of the McDonald's brand. For example, the people there. They make a very different Big Mac, or they have a little bit of, you know, insects into the McDonald's. What if? And then the customer will review on internet, and then the reputation of McDonald's will be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
If a small mistake. So what I mean is they need to have not only the training system, but they need to have the monitoring system as well to avoid that happen.
Yeah.
So that is what actually Why English is doing. You know, setting up the system, creating the system, you know, everything, so that, because, you know, if we expand to many branches, many centers, so we need to be able to oversee, to monitor, to manage all of them. We are setting up the system. That is the reason why our teachers we have the training for the methods, and also we have like the quality management team will, you know, usually get feedback from the student, and to monitor the work of the teachers so that we can control the qualities. And also we are designing the slides so that later the teachers can use those slides to teach. So it should be like a system. So the teachers in Why English Hàm Nghi should teach exactly the same way as the teachers in Why English Hoa Nhiêu. Obviously, the teachers have a freedom in the way they deliver the lessons, games and activities, but, you know, the curriculum should be the same. For example, today the lesson is about family, so it should be the same. Yeah. Right. So in 10 years, Why English will issue shares to the public, initial public offering, and establish at least 32 branches across the country. Have you heard of IPO?
Yeah, in England we call it PLC, Public Limited Company.
I think it's the company, but IPO, that means
the initial offering, like the selling of equity in order to get investment.
Yes.
Yeah.
That means you offer your share to the public for the first time. You mean go live on the stock market.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you heard of the story of Alibaba and Jack Ma?
Jack Ma, yeah, he's like the richest man in Asia or something.
In China.
Yeah.
So there is a woman named Tong Wen Hong. She worked for Alibaba for the first few years of the company. She started with just an admin staff, and then when Alibaba was a startup company, a lot of work to do, a lot of stress and etc. So she she wanted to retire, wanted to leave the company, but somehow she decided to stay. She didn't want to give up, etc. So and then she worked very hard and very effectively, and Jack Ma, where he allocated share to the employees and the employee stock scheme, she got like 0.2% of the total shares. So when Alibaba went public to the New York stock market very successfully, so 0.2% into the share is worth $320 million. So she's the millionaire, and she also the director of like one company belonging to the Alibaba group. So so we also have like like storage scheme for the full-time staff and for the people who been with us for the last few years, and etc. Okay, so this is our mission. So I have introduced to you the vision and the missions. Do you have any like thoughts about this or comments?
I think I understand. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, okay. Right. So the corporate culture, and I will go very fast about this one. So this is our core values. And we have 7 values that all the staff need to follow, because when you join a team, the team has a target, a mission to follow, and the people should act in the same way. That is the culture. For example, like a person who think negative cannot work with a person who always think positive.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? Okay. So the first is dedication. Can you tell me like what your thoughts about dedication?
To be dedicated, like to want something to succeed, and to want to work hard to make something succeed, and to give your like 100% of your effort to make it succeed, and to be dedicated.
Dedicate to the job, to the customers, to the company, something like that, and then you get the good results. Okay, the give against, right? Taking responsibilities. Why does taking responsibilities important? Why is it important?
It's definitely important in Asian culture because Asian people are very responsible. To be honest, looking at that, the person on the left is an Asian person, the person on the right is a Western person.
Do you really think so?
I think from working in the West, there's a big problem in the West where people do not want to take responsibility if there's a problem, because they think maybe they will be fired. So they usually try to make some story about why it's not their fault. But what I like about Vietnam is people are very honest about their responsibility.
Really?
I think so. Well, I found if as long as I do my job as a teacher, the admin staff do their job as admin, the manager does their job as manager, everything runs smoothly. And if there's a problem with admin, they'll say, okay, it's my problem. If I have a problem in teaching, I'll say, okay, it's my problem. But in the West, normally it becomes, this is some other person, some other story.
Possible to others.
Yeah.
To others. Okay, yes, and it's very important because if we take responsibility, we can train ourselves to be better.
Exactly.
And we can change the job, modify the job, and we can learn from the failures. Integrity.
You keep with your core values. Like you don't forget your core values. You don't change. You try and stick to some belief. Some good belief.
Yeah, and integrity also it means like you do what you say. For example, you say, I will finish the task before Sunday. Something like that. And then what you say. Some company or some others, country or anything like that. Some people just say and don't do what they say. It's not good, right? Especially in the professional work environment. Proactive in work.
So you're proactive in work. You want to go to work. You want to work hard. You want to do your best. You take responsibility rather than avoiding responsibility.
And because in our own companies, there are own ways we connect the things that are not perfect, imperfect things. So we the the proactive staff is the one who can like see it and try to suggest to the manager or to fix the problems, not just blame or say negatively about the problems. We proactive and we don't just let the people tell us what to do, but we can find the work to do, something like that. Yeah, and this one is also very typical in Why English, because we have the culture of Why English in the family. So loving and supporting to each other is very important. So if you need any support or something, like just let us know, and the people here were welcome, and we to support each other. We're not like something like you envy or hate or something like that. No. The next one is positive thinking and curiosity. Why is positive thinking important? And
it's a lot better than negative thinking.
Yeah. And positive thinking like if you see any problems, so think positive and try to manage, change it, not just blame and then think negative, because also positive thinking give you energy every day. Okay, you see the positive sides. If you always this guy not good, that guy not good, always think negative about the life.
Yeah.
So you will lose energy and you will get a lot of sick, and your health will be affected. Yeah. The healthy people, you always think positive, give you energy. The science.
Yeah, I think that's another difference. Is in Vietnam, people are very pragmatic, and they just want to solve the problem as quickly as possible. Like if you see someone has some problem even on the street, people will just come and try and fix the problem quickly.
Happy each other.
Whereas in the West, everyone thinks, has an idea about what to do, their own idea, but then they won't actually help to solve the problem. They will, I don't think you should do that, I don't think you should do that, I don't think you should do that. But there's not a positive solution. There's just lots of negative problems.
Because it's like a social culture where we have each other. But this one, I think in the West we more like independent and private.
Yeah. And that's why I like Vietnam as well, because it can be very quick to solve problems if everyone works very quickly.
Yeah. And curiosity means here the staff, because if we want to achieve our visions, everybody needs to learn day by day, to improve ourselves, from the manager to the staffs. Everyone needs to start learn. So we also sometimes we send our staff to outside courses. Then we pay money for when during the time they study, and when they go back, they do the jobs well, get promoted, and get pay rise reviews, pay rise, something like that. So it's very important to curious to learn or what to learn and to upgrade ourselves. The last one was also very important, honesty. Honesty to whom? To what do you think to?
Between staff
and
with the students.
And with ourselves.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, with ourselves. Yeah. All right. So that is 7 core value. The corporate culture that create the culture within the company. Okay. Right. So. Okay. Do you have any questions for this part?
No.
And comment and thought?
No. It's all very clear.
Okay.